So what I've actually done here on the layout is put a light scattering of this yellow leaf foliage to give you like a springtime feel, like the buds are just coming out along the layout. It just brings it to life a little bit. And I've also as well got a bag of this foliage, and I've started to actually decorate around the fence, as you can see here. Not every little part, but if you do just now and again, just to actually take the boredom of a blank fence away, it looks like it's actually like weeds just growing up along there. So all I've actually done there, I've gone up to that part there, and I'm now going to show you, if I can put this camera down, how I actually do it. It's really easy. Just get a bag of this foliage, and if you just level you up a bit, excuse that. All you then do is just then take some of this small foliage out of the bag like this, and I tend to just break it up and just roll it in my hand a little bit, just so actually it ends up looking like that, like maybe weeds would. And then I just sort of put it along the fence, maybe a bit smaller. You've got to play with it until you find how you like it. But if you like it big and tall, then you do more. If you like it smaller, you just do a little bit at a time. But if you just do a little bit along the fence and not loads of it, it does have more of an effect. As they say, little is more. Now, to seal all this in after, all I'm going to do is actually just brush off any of the excess, and then just use a spray to actually glue it to it, because I think if you use PVA, it'd be too heavy. And all you want to do is just actually attach this to the fence with a very light glue. And in fact, I don't use glue, I actually use hairspray. And now on all of the foliage that you see on the track or around the layout, to get the many different layers, I just use, firstly I use PVA to actually do the first layer if it's a shorter layer, and then to actually build it up I use hairspray. One, it will actually combine and it'll fix the grass that's already there, and also leave a stickiness for the next layer to go on. And that's all I'm going to do with this. I'm just going to actually just dot this around, normally around the post area, because around the post area here is where I normally use the glue. Now I use hot glue around here, as you can probably see there. You can see the glue, and it's not nice to see that. So all I'm trying to do really is cover that up. And if I can disguise it and make it look like it is actually a bit of a weed or some grass growing up there, it looks more realistic. So if I put a little bit there now as well, and all I'm doing at the moment is just actually pushing it under the fence so it stays in place for now, and then I will just spray it lightly. And obviously it doesn't matter if you get any on the grass around here or the fence, because it's not near the track. So what I'm going to do now, just so you can actually see it in its sort of finished state, is actually just brush that up. So I'll get a brush, and I get some hairspray as well. Now, if you can probably see me, I don't really need hairspray, but it comes in very handy when you're doing jobs like this. So all I'm going to do is just brush this so it looks a bit more neater, or even you can brush it into, because it can be just some dead branches or some leaves that have fallen off. Doesn't have to be precise, because nothing is precise in the real world. So if you make a few mistakes, that's how it's meant to be. Just leave it as it is. So now all I will do is just take my hairspray and just lightly around. You might have to do it 2 or 3 times, but just fix that in. and it's not going to be permanently fixed in. Obviously it would come off if you tugged at it, but it's going to give it some attraction to stay really where you want it to be. And there we go. So leave that to dry. And what I would recommend as well is that if you are using this stuff, have an open window or door open somewhere, because how the people used to put this on their hair knows of it half a tin, I do not know, but I'm glad I didn't. But it's coming in useful now, so I'm going to continue this now all around here, and maybe put some on this side as well, because this is the area where I've actually got my runway on my layout, and I've got to put my planes together as well, because I've got the planes, so they're going to be next in a couple here, and maybe run on the runway as well. But I've put some extra foliage around the layout as well. It's starting to come together, and some other fences as well. So let me quickly take you over to where I've put those as well. Up on the other rock scene at the end here. So there we go. There's the rock scene at the end, and I've put a fence there, and also one along the edge of the layout here. But what I do tend to find is that I keep knocking this over a little bit when I bend over to get anything over that side of the track. So that's just a little bit of foliage. I'll put a couple of trees in as well throughout the goods yard there. Still got to do a bit more on that area. But you can see from this side now that little bit of odd foliage around the edge of the fence compared to the fence when it was naked without any foliage around it, it really does bring it to life. It looks like, you know, there's actually bushes and weeds and stuff growing up on the outside or around the posts, and that's how it's meant to be. So that's my little tip for today. Use hairspray to fix things in, and just go down to your local hobby store and buy some of this, I would just call it like mulch, or it's stuff that they actually use. And I actually got this one, believe it or not, from I bought it at Christmas, and this is what they dress the nativities with, you know, on the floor of the stables and things like that. But it's good stuff. I mean, this bag will probably last me for all of my layout because you use it very sparingly, but it does really bring it to life. So that's my top tip for today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you do, give me a like and a thumbs up, and I'll have more videos to share with you very soon.